Hello, and welcome to my new series called Thoughts at the Pottery Wheel. I know I've talked about starting this series for a while now, and it's a month later, but we're here. We did it. And the reason why I wanted to start this series is because a lot of times when I'm creating, and I don't know if other people run into this, but while my hands are busy, I find that my mind kind of wanders, and I thought it might be fun to just talk about what goes on in my mind while I'm working at the wheel, or whether it be trimming or throwing or things like that. I thought it might just be fun to discuss the random things that pop into our head while we're working and doing our crafts. So this week I really wanted to take some time to talk about social media and burnout. That really honestly was what was going on in my mind as I was doing this. I've been trying to find different ways of recording my videos so that they're clearer and grab people's attention, trying to figure out what kind of angles I should have my camera at, or what parts of the process I should record, all in hopes that I might get some more attention on my work. And it can be kind of overwhelming to just sit there and try to think about what's going to get people to watch the video longer, what's going to get people to want to buy the pieces that you're making, you know. For me, it's not so much creating the pieces that I find I get burnout from, it's really just the marketing aspect, the trying to make sure that my stuff is getting seen or trying to please the algorithms. And it's really hard, and doing that and trying these new things and experimenting and stuff, I find that oftentimes I just get burnt out. I get tired of doing the social media. I mean, I've been running my Instagram account for 7 years. I've been running this YouTube channel for 3 years, and it just seems to be overwhelming. No matter how I do it, no matter how I set up my schedule. Honestly, that is probably one of the hardest parts of my business. And I find that when I spend all the time doing the social media and, you know, plotting out things and trying to get different angles and stuff and trying to find creative and new inventive ways to get people to watch my videos, or, you know, see my posts, or, you know, shop in my store, that I have less of the creativity for creating new projects and new collections. And I think especially too when it comes to the writing, I find that although my pottery and stuff takes a lot of creative energy up front, I've been doing it for so long that it's kind of second nature to be able to make the shapes and stuff that I want to make. Sometimes when I'm doing the carving and the painting, it'll take a little bit of my creativity. But for the most part, the writing is really what I find is a struggle to have creativity along with doing, you know, the social media aspects. And I mean, granted, I do pretty much have every social media. You know, I'm on Instagram in 2 accounts, one for my pottery and one for my writing. And then, you know, I'm on YouTube. I have TikToks for both and things like that. You know, and so it's a hard balance to strike. And so I guess there probably should be some point to my thoughts at the pottery wheel, but honestly, I don't really have an answer for how to manage these things. I find myself, you know, overwhelmed and burnt out, you know, just as much as the next person. Even, you know, 7 years I've been running this business, and I'm still struggling to figure out how to make it work. And so I would honestly like to leave it up for discussion. Do you find anything helps you more than something else? What do you find helps you when you feel like burnt out, or when you're feeling like you have to post on social media but you don't feel like it? For me, I usually just end up taking a break. You know, I'll take a week off of Instagram, or I'll take a month off of making YouTube videos or something like that, and that's how I've managed it so far. But to say that I've avoided burnout is, you know, not really a thing. Usually I get to the point of being burnt out and then I take the break. I have found lately that spending time doing nothing, going for walks, not really getting anything productive done, just spending time being, has helped me a lot with, you know, renewing and filling that creative well. But I'm curious to know how you deal with the social media and the creative balance, and how you go about doing it, but still managing to, be creative.